I'll tell you straight up, video shooters, this is the most important topic of the video tutorial series featuring the FeiyuTech MG 3-axis handheld gimbal. The camera balancing is the very core of smooth gimbal operating and is a strong factor in the longevity of your gimbal. With that said, let's gear up. Video shooters, I'm now going to show you how to balance the Sony A7S Mark II or equivalent payload camera onto your MG. So I need to loosen this screw here and this screw here and move the stage over here, move the base plate further out a bit. Okay, now let's attach the camera. I've already attached the screw to the camera's threading. So we need to achieve the perfect balance over here. When I let go of the gimbal, the camera should just stay in place. Now let's settle the front and back. And the camera is falling forwards. So I will move the camera back a little bit. Front and back seems to be back heavy a little bit. So I'm going to shift it forwards. Okay, that will do for now. And then I will, see, I'm just going to lock this guy here. Now, these are the screws that manage left and right. There you go. Once you got it more or less in balance, make sure to tighten the screws, tighten it up. There you go. So this looks like to be perfect balance. So this is great. It's a successful outing with the ATV adventure, and I'll show everyone back in the studio how we use the FeiyuTech MG gimbal. I'll see you back soon. One of the best things about the MG gimbal is instead of continuously fiddling around with the two screws here to slide it left or right to maintain the perfect balance, I can actually loosen this part of the motor and shift the entire payload left or right. See this area here? I grip it and I'm going to loosen it. So this is loosened. Now I'm going to shift the whole weight. You see? So the camera now is drastically off balance. So I can shift it back to balance by moving this guy. Now it's the other way. It's off balance to the left, so I'm going to shift it again, shift it until I find perfect balance. Right? So I'm going to lock this guy up. So this looks like a perfectly balanced camera, am I right? The camera doesn't slide forward, it doesn't slide backward, it doesn't shift its weight to the left or shift its weight to the right. Now this, although looks to be a perfect balance, it's still not there yet. This is called the tilt. Tilt is not balanced well. Look at that. We have perfect balance with the roll. The camera ain't rolling left or right. But the camera is not perfectly tilt balanced. There is a threading over here. So we're going to loosen this bit near the motors. And then we can shift the entire weight up. See that? I can move it down or shift it up. So let's say I shift it all the way up. Let's see what happens. Okay, so now the camera is too top heavy. If I were to tilt the camera down, it should stay that way. So let's try and achieve that. Okay, let's see. So see that? The camera doesn't want to correct itself. The camera doesn't want to correct itself. It stays in a position that I specify. So now it's pointed right ahead. If I were to tilt it up a little bit, it stays that way. Okay, so by doing this kind of balance, you're actually reducing stress on the motors. So the gimbal doesn't have to work so hard to correct your camera's level. Stand by. In 3, 2, 1, action! Well, video shooters, here we have a neutrally balanced camera. This means the camera stays in the position that you set. It will not move about but remain in the angle that you specify. Having the camera in neutral balance means that your gimbal will not be struggling so hard to keep your camera level, and this will mean a longer battery life for your shoots. Now, all that remains to be done next is to turn on the gimbal itself. It will flash green and then it will just be blinking blue. Now that the gimbal is turned on, I'm using the joystick or rocker to move my camera about. Looks good. See what happened there? We took great care to balance the camera properly before even turning on the gimbal. That's how important this step is. I hope you will have great fun with your camera and the MG gimbal. Support us by subscribing to our channel and liking our videos. You know what's next. Gear up and shoot it great! Camera roll!